There's Nick in Reno. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick. What are you going to do? You've been a staunch, loyal supporter of Ron Paul. But you got to look at the scorecard, my friend, and go, it's not working.
Well, your last caller said Sarah Palin should jump in a convention.
Yeah.
Has she ever heard what she had to say about North Korea? That's our ally, and we need to stick to that relationship. That's a knife in her back. She's done. She is a political fool. She deserves no attention.
All right. So, if you don't like Sarah Palin, are you still liking Ron Paul?
Of course. I want to see a balanced budget in my lifetime.
I know. But it's time for a reality check, Nick.
No, it's not. He's doing fine on that Roland Rasmussen poll. Come on, people are waking up.
They didn't wake up last night in Michigan or Arizona.
I know. He's being outspent like 7-10-1 by Romney. You know, he's got a lot of money to throw around on ads.
He's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of money, a lot of organization. And look, I've told you before, I like, and I think a lot of Republicans like, a lot of what he says on the fiscal issues. It's the rest of the stuff that he just leaves people wanting somebody else.
Well, the soldiers who are actually fighting and risking their lives, they're supporting Ron Paul's foreign policy more than any other candidate for a reason.
True.
Because they're at the tip of the spear of that foreign policy.
That's nice, but there's not enough members of the military to win the election.
Well, this is still primary season, and there is. And there's a lot of great ideas that Paul brings to the table that Newt Gingrich doesn't.
Nick, we have to do an intervention for you, son. We need to we do. We need to help you. There is no chance for Ron Paul to win this thing.
You're saying there's a chance for Santorum, but there's not a chance for Paul?
Yes.
Santorum has foot-mouth disease. He says something
doesn't matter whether you agree with him or not. The point is, he's in there getting just about. I mean, he's neck and neck with Romney in a number of states.
But look what he's saying. He's saying we need to push a war with Iran.
Great, I know, but so what? Guess what? Other people see him differently than you do. So I'm looking at it and going,
Republicans don't want a war with Iran.
But
there's a faction that wants a war with Iran, not our whole
party. All
right,
great. Then why are they not voting for Ron Paul?
Because he's getting blackballed by the media, and you know it.
He is not getting blackballed.
Free advertising everywhere as the front runner and the guy with the best ideas. Romney doesn't have good ideas. That's why Republicans don't like him.
I see Ron Paul on radio and television all the time. I mean,
but he's 6 months, 8 months behind because he was.
No,
New York Times has already written this. They put it in articles. Yeah, we intentionally dropped the narrative of Ron Paul. New York Times has admitted it. MSNBC articles admitted it. Lots of editors have come out and said, yeah, we've been putting this on the back burner.
Okay, for the sake of discussion, I will stipulate that everybody's blackballed Ron Paul. So now we sit here on the last day of February. The chances of Ron Paul winning the presidential nominee for the Republican Party is 0.
It's low. It's not 0. Final votes. You haven't even had Super Tuesday yet. I'm holding on to hope because hope is what I have of a balanced budget. I'm not a Ron Paul supporter. I'm a balanced budget supporter. And Ron Paul's the only guy that's serious enough to balance our budget. Everybody else is talking, we need more wars and more bailouts, more stimulus. Ron Paul's the only one that says, you know what, this is going to be tough. But if we're going to balance our budget and tackle that $117 trillion of unfunded liabilities, we got to start today.
Here's the problem with our conversation, Nick. You are still focusing on the issues, which is a good thing, except for this is now coming down to just math. And there's no way under the sun that Ron Paul can win.
Yes, there is. You can't say that kind of stuff yet. He's winning by getting people to learn about the inflation tax. He's winning by getting people to realize that these unfunded wars where we have to borrow the money from the Fed to fight over in another country is bankrupting us. We've lost 5,000 lives in Iraq and Afghanistan. That doesn't make up for the 3,000 that we lost in 9/11.
I appreciate the issue. If you were a candidate, you're talking on the issues, that's great. I don't want to dismiss the issues, but I'm pointing out the reality. The reality is he doesn't have the support. Sorry.
Well, neither does Newt right now. Newt's been saying stupid things, and he loses support, but you say that Ron Paul should drop out, that Newt should stay in?
You don't think this is a two-man race?
I see a lot of money going behind Romney, but I see the best ideas coming out of Paul. And best ideas and the peace candidate wins. If people wake up and say,
no, they
do I
don't.
really want a war
No,
with Iran?
actually,
The
one with the most money usually wins.
True, and the best haircut. But that doesn't mean that that's what's best for our country. Aren't we about changing
All
these
right.
paradigms that don't work? Aren't we about fixing things with the
Nick,
GOP?
we need an intervention, my friend.
No, we need people to wake up and do their homework on the inflation tax.
All right. Well, I know the inflation tax. Now, maybe we should run a poll. We'll put it on our website and ask how many people have studied or know anything about the inflation tax, and I will bet you it's 99 to 1 again. No, sorry, I'm sorry. You're focused on the great issues. I don't disagree with anything you've said, other than you need a reality check. We'll be right back, folks. My name is Tom Sullivan.
Have something on your chest?